I'd like to start off by saying thank you and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, not taking anything from any fathers out there. I appreciate you guys, and it's a blessing to have you guys. And this is one of the things that we need to have every day. Father's Day, I think, should be every day. But what I do want to mention, I'm not taking anything from you guys at all. I just wanted to find out what's the distinction between a father who is actively in a child's life and a father who basically just reproduced. Because we're both getting honored on this day. Great day, great for sales, I guess. Electric shavers and different items, cologne, even, going to breakfast at IHOP. It's a great day. But I'm not taking from that part. I just want to know exactly what was the true meaning of Father's Day, especially to you and me, because we're all being celebrated on this one day, but there is no distinction between a good father or parenthood. Basically, everyone is getting honored, which I'm not saying that you did not make a contribution. And I like I said, I thank you. Being a father is a tough thing, but what's the distinction between a father and a father, I guess, because we're all in the same boat. So what I started to do is look up the definition of Father's Day to find out exactly what type of resolution I can get. So, maybe I can shed some light on Father's Day for you guys, especially knowing that, we're all going through this day together. So what I looked up is, I looked up simple Google search, and I found what Father's Day is. So Father's Day is a celebrated worldwide, recognize the contribution that fathers and father figures make to the children's life. The day celebrates fatherhood and male parenting. So right there, it just popped up in my head. So it said that it celebrates fatherhood and male parenting. Father's Day celebrates fatherhood and male parenting. So I had to look up what is fatherhood and what is male parenting. And what I came up with is the definition for parenting. Okay, parenting, well, we're not even going to get into that yet. I want to go into fatherhood. So as far as being a father, anyone who can procreate can be a father. And, I use this term loosely because that's, this day is used so loosely just to provide gifts. And, the one day in the year that you can actively celebrate a father is today. So I'm just going to say fatherhood is basically a day where we celebrate, procreation, a male procreation, I'm guessing, because there's tons of males out here who just procreate. That's what they do. So, I'm going to clap my hands for that. That's perfectly fine. You did what you had to do. You made your contribution to society, and you should be rewarded, right? But what about the other fathers that's in there that, are mixed up within this whole fatherhood section? The fathers that actually provide parenting. So the definition of a father is a male parent of a child. Doesn't have anything to do with taking care of a child, doesn't have anything to do with providing for a child, doesn't have anything to do with raising a child. It is just a male parent of a child. So with that being said, I started to go dig a little bit deeper into Father's Day. Why am I being celebrated as a father? And like I said, I'm doing fact check. I'll do fact checks all the time on things like this, especially this year is the year of discovery. We're discovering so much about the things that we're doing, the terms that we're using. So I just figured, let me just dig a little bit deeper into this. So as I was reading, it says, besides the paternal bonds of a father to children, a father may have a parental, legal, and social relationship with a child that carries with a certain rights and obligation. Hold on. An adoptive father is a male who becomes a child's parent through legal process of adoption. So I can be a father and not have procreated and still be recognized as a father in Father's Day. So let's not take away from the fact that, there are fathers out there who have not procreated. They haven't biologically made this child, but they are a father. So, like I said, this whole big thing, we're all wrapped up in one. And I still couldn't get the biggest distinction out of this. So I had to go and I took fatherhood, I broke that down, and I said, hey, look, what about parenting? Because parenting plays a heavy part in fatherhood, right? So when I looked up the definition of parenting, I actually seen something that was pretty good, and it led me to this point. So a parent is a caregiver of the offspring in their own species. Okay? In humans, a parent is a caretaker of a child. Before I give you a little bit of a definition behind a biological father, I don't want anything that I'm saying to get thrown out of context of Father's Day, because this all involves Father's Day. So, we're saying Happy Father's Day. This is why we're saying Happy Father's Day. Hopefully, one of these reasons that I'm going to list in the definition. So, a biological father is a male genetic contributor of the creation of the infant through sexual intercourse or sperm donation. A biological father may have legal obligation to a child not raised by him, such as obligation of monetary support. A putative father is a man whose biological relationship to a child is alleged but has not been established. A stepfather is a male who is a husband of a child's mother, and they may have formed a unit as a family, but generally does not have the legal rights and responsibility of a child in relationship of biological. So with this being said, Father's Day represents many definitions, and this is where we're lost in translation as far as who we should honor. Or is it that Father's Day we should honor every single father, even if they didn't pay a bill or come to see their kids? It still makes them a father because their biological contribution. So you should be happy, essentially, right? So let me ask you, now that we know the definition of a father and we can actually put some type of characteristic behind Father's Day, should we all be recognized as a father no matter how big or small our contribution is to our children? Or should we be put into a little box, as a lot do say, hey, he doesn't pay bills, or he's not coming to see the child, or he's never there? Why do we make so many big distinctions and cause so much friction amongst each other because of a simple term? But there are fathers and mothers who beg to differ why a father should be celebrated on this day. And you know who you are, obviously, right? So if you do have a problem with celebrating Father's Day because it does represent so many definitions of a father, I have something just for you. It's called International Father's Day. So let me give you a definition of International Father's Day, okay? So International Father's Day is an occasion to celebrate boys and men's achievements and contributions, in particular for their contributions to the country, society, community, neighborhood, family, marriage, and childcare. That gets me thinking. Why am I celebrating Father's Day when I could be celebrating International Father's Day? Because it really represents who I am. So not to take away from Father's Day, because Father's Day actually represents and means so many different things to so many people. But what you also have to consider is when you're saying Happy Father's Day, no matter what the contribution is to a father, big or small, you are just honoring that person. So please don't get mad at Father's Day because everyone is honoring these people. Well, maybe we probably should be recognizing them, not honoring them for their contribution, especially if Father's Day has so many definitions. And I can say the same for Mother's Day as well. Mother's Day as well is another day that either your contribution is just childbirth or it could be as large as parenting. But that's a whole nother story. So if you do have a problem with Father's Day, because now you know the true meaning of Father's Day and why all fathers should be recognized and honored, then you might want to look into International Father's Day, which is very specific and tailored to that one special person that you feel you should be honoring. Thanks again.